Nah, not tonight. Not tonight. Nah.
Yeah, so yeah, he had a lot of good points last night.
Yeah, he has his own business and stuff like that as far as music and
Yeah, I could
everything.
tell.
And he goes to the conferences. That's my man's man. He knows
Yeah,
a lot, man. He knows a lot. He goes to the conferences. He didn't went to the UK and went to conferences. Like he really spends his time studying the industry. You know what I'm saying? So he knows a lot.
yeah, yeah, I could
Yeah,
tell.
so
That's what you need to do, man.
we live now.
Hmm.
All right, we live.
All right.
Look, man. So just off the heels of us calling, fact, Sketchpad Podcast, we back. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the page. We got the returning Sean P in the building. Of course, we got the
It's
great
good.
S. Purdue and Funeral Man. Look, man. So J. Cole, we talked about this last night. We literally did an episode last night that didn't even drop yet. And we was talking about we don't know if they're gonna respond, and J. Cole drops this and he drops a response. So we're gonna
Hmm.
talk about the response. We're not gonna play it on the live. We're just gonna talk about it. Um, and we're gonna go through point by point what we think about the live. I mean about the diss track, and we're gonna you know. So look, I'm gonna go first. I mean, matter of fact, you go ahead first, Sean, because I know you said you're gonna pop in and out. So you go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm on. I'm gonna be here for the whole
Okay, all right. Well, look, then I'll go
cast or what
first
have
then.
you.
All right.
All right.
So look, how I felt about the diss track. Um, I gave it out of a score. We rank our scores from 1 to 12, and I gave it a
Okay.
10. Um, if he's gonna say this is a warning shot, I think that that's all it is. If J. Cole is gonna come at Kendrick Lamar, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna that's not gonna do anything. That's just a that's just like a I don't even say not even a shot. That's like a miss to me. Now don't get me wrong. I don't think that I don't think that this is terrible. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's trash. I think it's good, pretty good. But it's pretty good for an average rapper, not for somebody like this guy. Just like whatever Kendrick does, it has to be great for somebody like J. Cole or somebody like Drake. This can't be some average thing because these dudes can turn it on it's quickly. You know what I'm saying? This ain't somebody, and again, I use Meek Mills, and I ain't trying to diss Meek Mills, but this ain't a Meek Mill we talking about here. We talking about a guy who can literally do anything on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Rap to any type of beat. So I have a little issue with a couple of lines he said to me. And he said that first shit was classic, second shit was average.
Mm-hmm.
His
Mm-hmm.
second shit was people put niggas to sleep and they gassed it. And your last shit and your third shit was massive. So you saying that To Pimp a Butterfly was boring? Like I don't know if he understands this, but if we're moving backwards from 4 albums, because he said he put out 4 albums in 10 to 12 years, right? Well, we could
Yeah.
say the same thing for him too, because you really shooting yourself in the foot by making that statement. Because if you go backwards, his whole catalog is better than yours, and if we go backwards from your last album versus his last album, you ain't touching that, and then you're not touching Damn, and you definitely ain't touching Pimp a Butterfly, and you definitely ain't touching Good Kid, Mad City. We
Good
say the
Kid,
same
Mad
thing.
City.
Say the same thing for Drake. It's even worse for Drake. If we go for All the Dogs, then backwards, and we go from Kendrick's last project backwards. The point I'm making is, you can't beat him on that. You can't battle him that way. You have to out rap this nigga. Fuck all that. Trying to make people feel like he's boring or what. That's already gone. He already solidified. He has arguably 3 to 4 classics, so it's already over for that. So that you can leave the albums out of the game. Just you are a super rapper. Just rap better than a nigga. That's what we got to do here. So, I mean, for me, I don't want to sound like I'm hating because I'm not. I'm just giving the points I don't like about the song. Now, the points I do like about the song is I respect that he responded and it didn't take him that long, because a lot of rappers, they won't say nothing, and he did. Whether it was old, whether it was new, he put something out. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, this really wasn't dissing him as much. It was dissing Drake. Like he was really going off on Drake for the most part. He just got shot in the process. But that just tells you that J. Cole is he's a competitive MC. He's somebody that he wants to smoke. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be the best. And I respect that, because that's how it's supposed to be. Not some guy who probably gonna drop a new reggaeton or a new Afrobeat song next week. Because I don't think Drake is gonna drop a diss track. Well, then again, let me shut up, because he might drop it tonight. So let me be quiet. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. But that's my take on it, man.
Yeah, I think
You go ahead. I'll go last.
yeah, Reese, I think I give it a 10 out of 12 as well. I do have issue with that bar about uh the to pimp a butterfly, put people to sleep, and the the four albums and 12 or whatever, cause he directly took that from Jay-Z. You know what that is? It's like you a one hot album every 10-year average. You know exactly where he stole that rhyme scheme from. And but it was good, and it was smart, because Cole is now rapping to a younger generation. Like, he's rapping, like, Cole now is rapping to the under 30 now. So the under 30 may not be familiar with that bar like the way we are. You know what I mean? But he did say something that I thought was interesting. He said, um, you good for a hot verse every 30 months or something. You know what I mean? Uh, but if it wasn't for dissing, we wouldn't be talking about you wouldn't be talking about you pretty much. Now, I'm gonna tell you why that's smart on J. Cole's side, right? See, I look at it this way. The 2010s were owned by Kendrick Lamar. There's nothing you could say that he didn't do in the 2010s. And he surpassed Drake and J. Cole in there. You know what I mean? But I think in the 2020s, as far as being the best rapper, and I gotta kind of agree with Joe Buttons on this, I do think that J. Cole is number one. Now, he's number one for a few reasons. The off season was a big album, and it was hot. And he showed he was a superior MC on there. Now, as a classic, that's debatable. I think it's one of his best, maybe his third best. But it's one of the hottest albums of the decade so far. And the thing about Cole is, Cole has stayed hot on features, but he's rapping on niggas tracks and he's blowing them away. But I'm gonna tell you another thing that's smart. He's doing it with records with Young Thug, with um Gunna, with what's the other guy's name? Lil Yachty. Trap rappers that can't rap, so he looks way better than them. But getting to my point, Cole right now to the masses is just blowing people away lyrically. If you listen to this mixtape or EP drop, lyrically, this is the sharpest I've ever heard him. So Cole is more visible right now. Kendrick is only good for maybe a couple Baby Keem verses in the last couple of years. Now, he did drop Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, which I thought was a big record. But I like how Cole came back and said, "Oh, I'm basically about the whole Grammy shit." He kind of got that narrative out the way and he said, "Man, you got all these Grammys. Fuck a Grammy. I don't want that cracker award anyway." And that's a big way to play off race, to say that, well, the Grammys really ain't shit. It's a white people award. So that's actually smart because a lot of the young dumb rap listeners are gonna eat that shit up. You know what I mean? So I like how Cole came on this. He had some clever shit and he had some shit that was a reach. You know what I mean? Like the shit with the albums, it's Pimp a Butterfly, putting him to sleep. Like, how you gonna say that shit when, bro, you literally had an album when you were talking about folding clothes on a song? I mean, come on, Cole. You can't be doing that. You talking about I want to fold clothes with my woman. You boring? Like, you got room to talk? He's like, seriously. Cole, let's not go there. Let's not go with some of your boring moments, and you know you were boring too. But nah, I like it, and it's clever. And right now, because Kendrick really didn't go at Cole like that, you gotta say Cole got the one up really with this.
Yeah. All right. So I want to put something out there real quick that a lot of people haven't like tapped in with. So this is not the only, and it just came to my mind because like I told Funeral Man before we came on, uh, I listened to the whole entire album at least 5 times. I had it on repeat because I knew we was going to react to it, and I knew we was going to talk about a few things. So I wanted to make sure I caught certain things within the whole album, not just the diss record. And what I caught was this is not the only shot that he threw at Kendrick.
That's true.
If you listen to that song called Pie with Daylight and Ab Soul,
Hmm.
I feel like the shot that he threw on Pie was a better shot than this one. And it just came to my mind. I said, yo, I wish I had mentioned it earlier. This that shot, like, I don't know if you guys listen to it yet. Go back and
I
listen to
heard the whole
Pie.
album. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen to that part where he said had the whole trans thing. That was a shot. Now, this is what I'm talking about when I said I like this version of Cole, right? Because I feel those bars should have been on 7 Minute Drill, and then he should have took some of the bars from 7 Minute Drill and put it on Pie. To
Yeah.
me, that would have made more sense. Because if I'm Kendrick and I hear something like that, that's a gut shot. He just like, yo, I don't know if you heard it, Funeral, but you gotta go hit. That was a body. That was one of the Mike Tyson body shots, and I don't know if he meant for it to have that type of effect, but to me and the way people reacted to it, that line right there should have been on 7 Minute Drill. That's how I feel. But getting back to the diss track itself, I thought, like I said, I give it a 10.5. I give it a 10.5 because I enjoy this version of Cole. Cole, this is the Cole that I feel should be out for the rest of his time as rapping. He should not go backwards. You need to go forward. You need to continue to elevate this version of yourself because this is something that he sounds motivated, he sounds animated, he sounds angry, he sounds and not and I understand what y'all saying about, you know what I'm saying, him mentioning the albums and this and that or whatever. I think the reason why he did that was even I believe he knows that those albums itself were fire and those, you know what I mean, and whatever Kendrick do, he could get away with. I believe he knows that, but I just feel like he's just nonchalantly writing it off anyway because it's a diss record. You know what I'm saying? He just nonchalantly writing it. You know how somebody would diss you. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that the diss really don't hold that much weight because you kind of like lying. Like the joint is, them joints was fire, but I just kind of just like I'm just gonna write it anyway and write it off. Like I'm gonna play it nonchalantly, not so much to get under the fan's skin, but to get under his skin. If I'm Kendrick, I'm listening to it. I'm gonna be like, yo, man, that dude's styling. He's styling on that record. He's styling. He know damn well Pimp by Butterfly was fire. He know damn well this was banging. He know that. He's styling. He's styling. But then if I'm Kendrick, I'm going back and thinking about like, wait a minute. So he trying to say that this is wet? What is he smoke? You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like Cole was doing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was
Yeah.
doing that. I don't I think he knows that them joints itself was dope. But I just think he was doing that. That's just typical, you know what I mean, MC and shit. But I do feel that this version of Cole is dope. I hope he stays outside. I hope he does not go back in. And I'm anxious to see what Kendrick is going to respond because, like, as a whole, I don't feel like it was enough, but it was a good warning shot. Like Funeral said, it was a good warning shot. And I want to see
Strong.
what Kendrick. Yeah, it was a very strong one. Very strong one, but
I think
we'll see.
what you said that makes sense. Some MCs that know, like 'cause battle rappers do it all the time. They'll be like, "Oh, you trash," and they know that the person ain't trash. I think he more did that for people who feel that way about the Pimp a Butterfly. It's like, well, people feel like they still sleepy. You know what I'm saying? People,
Mhm.
but
It's a
see,
narrative
the thing is,
push. It's a
yeah, but
narrative push.
see, that's a lie
Because
too.
he knows
Because
because he knows it's a narrative on the internet, so he's gonna jump on that. You know what I mean? I
but here's
think
the thing.
yeah, yeah,
He's on record giving to Pimp a Butterfly props though.
that's right.
So
And that's
he's on
ammo for
record giving
Forgot
Kendrick.
props.
about
Like
that.
on Twitter and he said when Pimp a Butterfly dropped, all these rappers came out. Kanye West, all of them. Busta Rhymes, everybody was like, this is like one of the greatest albums ever. Like they was all giving it props. So I think it's like, and I don't want to even stay on that, but I get why he did that. It's just shock value. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. Battle rappers do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? They do it all the time. So I get it. I'm not really worried about that. But
Mhm.
now was this to me? I gotta hear more. You know what I'm saying? I think that they playing around. I think Kendrick is not playing. I think he's ready. And do I think Kendrick Lamar is bothered by this rap? No. I don't think that he's even ready to get up yet. You know what I'm saying? Drake is gonna make Kendrick get up. That's how I feel. This not gonna make him get up. Drake drop a diss, it's gonna be fire. Trust and believe that.
So you don't think Kendrick has a response for Cole ready?
I don't think he has a response. I think he has a response, but I don't think he's ready to put it out. I think he feels as though that this is just late. That's how I feel. I think he feels like if you're gonna come for me, now it's gotta be harder than that. And I think Drake is gonna say something that's gonna make him get up. Because the battle really is Drake and Kendrick. It's not Cole and Kendrick.
That is true.
That's who he really wants. He don't really care about Cole. The thing is, Kendrick's like, look, it's still to me, this is how Kendrick feels. J. Cole feels like I'm the best rapper. But to me, Kendrick feels like there's a battle between two gods. You're just a dude, you're just another god, but the battle is really between Lucifer and Satan. You know what I'm saying? Right now. You're just a guy there, a god there. But me and Drake has a score to settle because we're the polar opposite and we're successful. I'm successful with Grammys. He's successful in Grammys, but he's more of a pop rapper and I'm more of a straight rapper. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call Kendrick. But they're the polar opposite. That's who he really wants. J. Cole is he's just that guy right there that's in the way that he's the second before the final boss. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. And I think
But
that
in the
Kendrick,
end of the day, Reese, though, you do gotta understand. And I really when you look at it, pound for pound, if we're saying right now, this flashpoint in 2024, J. Cole is the best rapper out there. He's the best lyricists out there because so this was a big win for him because like in the end of the day, he basically put it down like nigga, you ain't fucking with me. I'm that dude. And um on this EP or album or whatever, I heard it track for track when I went for a jog this afternoon. And man, J. Cole is rapping like he's the king of hip hop. He's rapping like
Mhm.
he's Biggie. He's
Sure.
rapping like he's Nas in 94 now. He's rapping like I own this shit. I am the king. You are talking to
Mhm.
me. Okay? And he did enough to solidify that off this warning shot, basically saying, bro, you better not bring it over here. Cause I'm that guy right now. And to be honest with you, he kind of is. Cause who's his competition? Lil Durk, Lil Baby, what's the other guy? Like there's nobody else that's rapping bars outside of Kendrick and a mid as fuck Drake. Like there's no competition out there. So like Cole could basically own the game off of these features until his next album drop. And by the way, this album you drop is fire. I'm doing a full review on it tomorrow on Hip Hop Roundtable. He's legit, man. This is the best I'm hearing Cole spit in a long time. So I don't think Kendrick can wait too long. I do think Kendrick gotta respond.
Yeah. Um, I put it to you like this. Okay. So if you're saying that you believe that J. Cole is the best rapper in the game, um, I can't really argue that point because
Yeah, right now. I'm not saying
yeah,
like
no,
in the
no, no. I
last
get what
couple
you're
of years,
saying.
like
I
at
get
this
what you're saying.
flashpoint 2024.
I get what you're
April.
saying, but I'm saying I can't argue that point because
Yeah,
Kendrick doesn't rap as much.
that's
He hasn't
right.
rapped as much, so he's like once in a while guy. You know what I'm saying? But when he
Yeah,
drops, it's a big deal. So I can agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I can agree with that. But I truly think that even with that being said, I think that Kendrick's his thing is more of with Drake. So I think that
that is
he
true. Yeah, I'm not disputing that at all.
I think that that's his thing, and I think that J Cole can be the best rapper, but Kendrick thing is well, it's with that guy is who I really got a problem with. You know what I'm saying? I got a problem with you hanging with that guy, but my problem is really with that guy, and
Mhm.
we'll see because I believe that this is all of their very first, like, well, not outside of Drake, but Kendrick and Cole. I believe this is their very first battle with someone. So we'll see how
Yeah,
this plays out. You know what I'm saying? And I think that 7 minute drill, I think that there's another half to that.
Mhm.
That's why it's called
oh
7 minute drill. And it's crazy we were just talking about Kendrick Lamar being a jazz drill rapper. He drops a song called
Yeah.
7 minute
Right.
drill. so,
Right. Yeah.
so I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to think now because J. Cole dropped his disc joint and we just talked about it. So I can't. Drake might drop something tonight. I don't know. I heard he was in the studio. That's what somebody said.
yeah.
so,
Uh-oh.
so
We're gonna
that's
have
what I
to do.
heard. I
There's gonna
heard
be a
Drake's in the
podcast
studio.
like there's gonna be a podcast like 6 nights in a row.
I know,
this
right?
response, this response. Yeah,
Then Kendrick come out with something on Sunday.
yeah, right. Ain't that wild?
I don't know, but I don't. The thing about Kendrick is you don't know nothing. He don't have anything. He don't have social media. There's nothing. He don't say nothing. So it's kind of scary because you don't know when he's gonna come. He doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
He don't even like. I think he
He's-
was doing the Nas
That's
thing where he
true.
didn't even have a cell phone. Because Nas was walking around. Nas said he got rid of his cell phone. He's like, nah, I'll just go. Like, I don't want nobody to know where I'm at. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I believe
Yeah.
Kendrick is like that. I believe he's like, but I don't know, man.
Kendrick is the Undertaker, man.
Yeah, he's probably,
It's getting
just pops
interesting,
up.
man. But we need it. We need it, man. This is good to have some
Mhm.
healthy hip hop back in the game, man. I'm all for it. I mean, and Reese, when you get a chance, really listen to that really listen to the full. What is it? I might delete this, or this
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
deleted, or whatever. It's
I'm
good,
deleting
yo.
this later. I might delete this later.
Delete this, yeah, yeah. Definitely get this, man. I'm gonna
Mhm.
review this tomorrow.
Yeah, we gonna tap into that. I'm definitely gonna listen to it. We're gonna tap into it. You know what I'm saying? But you got anything else, S, or that's it?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, man. Look, man, Sketchpad, thank y'all for joining the live, man. You know what I'm saying? Had to get these things off our chest, but we'll be back later on, man, with some new stuff. All right, man. See y'all. Peace. Bye.
All right, yo.
All
Peace.
right, peace.